everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Andrea, and today's video is my first update for the round 7 of the Roulette project pan. If you don't know, this project was created by Rebecca Morgan and Alexi, and I'll have both of their channels linked down below, as well as the playlist for this round. There are something like 40 plus videos on there as of right now. And I'm sure after today, there's going to be a lot more as everybody starts filming their first updates. So I'm going to go through the products and prompts that I picked, and then we are going to get to roll in, or we're going to get to randomly select one new category and product. So let's get into the 6 categories that I picked for the intro to this project and their corresponding products, and talk through my progress and my thoughts. The first, I should say it again, because this is my first time doing this project. The first 6 rounds had a Google spreadsheet with 50 categories in it. And for this past round, there is a new spreadsheet with 100 categories in it. Now, I know a lot of people are just going by the new one, especially people who have been participating in this project for a long time. But since this is my first time joining in on this project, I thought it would be kind of fun and a little bit maybe of an extra challenge if I combined the 2 lists. So I am randomly picking from the first list and the second list, so I have a possible 150 categories that I could choose from. So that's kind of how I'm doing it. I know a couple other people are doing it that way, but for the most part, I think people are mainly sticking to the 100 new categories list, but just kind of a little aside, that's just what I'm doing. So my first category, I have my little notebook with all the stuff written down in it, because that's what a project planner does, right? They have their little notebook. The first category was number 19 off the new list, and it's the most expensive thing you bought and want to get your money's worth. I picked my Lorac Mega Pro 4. This was either the first or second high-end palette I ever bought. Ooh. There. And my goal for this was to use each shade one time. And I am happy to say that I did manage to do that. I like this palette a lot more than I originally thought. I think I mentioned it in my intro video, but the reason this hasn't been getting as much use is because when I bought it, I didn't really know what I was doing so much with eyeshadow, and especially cooler toned eyeshadow. So I had a little trouble working with it or coming up with looks that I liked. And now that I'm a little bit more experienced, I had a lot easier time. There were 2 exceptions, and one makes me really sad. The first one that does not make me sad is this color right here, Light Sage. This color makes me look ill. Like, legitimately, I used it and I thought that it looked like there was something wrong with me, and I had to like kind of try to cover it up with other shades because it just was not looking good. And then the one that I'm sad about, this Peacock shade, is so pretty, but it has the worst fallout. Like, I didn't have that problem with any of the other shimmery, or they're not even really glittery. I mean, I think Lagoon and Raven could be called glittery, or there's shimmer shades with glitter. This is just one of those shades that has so much fallout no matter how careful you are. Like, I didn't even try using this dry because I knew that it had a lot of fallout from using it previously. So I wet my brush like pretty vigorously, and I still had blue like all over my under eye area. So that shade I'm pretty disappointed about because I love the color, but overall I had a good experience with this palette, and I'm actually thinking of next year doing Pan That Palette and maybe trying this out because the Lorac formula is so like soft and powdery that, and these pants are so small that I think I could probably at least hit pan in a majority of the shades if I really worked on it, but we'll see how that goes. So at the end of the video, we are going to roll a new category in place of this. Next was from the old list of 50, a product you don't like, and that is my e.l.f. color correcting pen. Now, since we're only rolling in one product and you saw that I hit my goal on the Lorac, you would be correct if you guessed that I did not finish this, and I do not understand how there's still product in this. I use it every single day for at least 4 months, and I had been using it for like on and off for a long time before that. So I don't like it. I don't think it works really well. But if you're ever in the market for like a $3 color correcting pen and you think this tone might work for you, it will last you forever. I hope it's done by my next update because I'm really sick of using it, and I know it's got to be almost finished. It has to be. Like, it would be impossible for it not to be almost empty. And yet it is going on to another month. So we'll see. The next category was also from the old list. It was a product you love, and I picked my Juvia's Place the Hair and Blush Volume 2. Oops. My goal with this one was just to use each shade 5 times. I have not hit my goal on every shade yet, but I'm pretty close. By next update, I'll definitely have hit my usage goal on all the shades. So I have, the one shade I have hit my usage goal on is Yara, because I use this as a bronzer, which I'm actually wearing this palette today. I have on Yara as my bronzer, Zoba as my highlight, and then Lena topped off with Sola as my blush. So this one I've actually used more than 5 times, but I stopped keeping track after the 5-time mark because that was just my goal. Because whenever I use this palette, I use this as my bronzer. I've used Sola 4 times. I've used Tau twice, B twice, Zoba 4 times, and Lena 4 times. So I only have 9 more uses out of this before I've hit my goal, and that will definitely be able to be rolled out at the next update. Next is an item that you think doesn't really suit you, and I picked this Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in the shade Berry Recognize. I picked it because I felt like it was too dark for me, and my goal was to use it 30 times. I've used it 7 times since the start of the project, so this is one that's probably going to be in the whole time, but I'm actually starting, like, the more I wear it, the more I'm liking the color on me. It's just I had to figure out how to wear it, because I think part of the reason I wasn't liking this was because the formula is so drying. So what I do is when I wear this, I put it on, I let it dry down, and then I take, it's just like a clear lip balm that I usually use at night, and I pat it over the top, and it makes it nice and glossy and moist, for lack of a better word. Sorry if you really hate that word, but it makes my lips nice and moist. But so I have actually been enjoying this product. Yeah, not much more to say about it. Like I said, 30 uses, plus the fact that I'm working on a bunch of other lip products, especially my 20 favorites in 2020. So I'm just not reaching for this as a priority, but I am making sure I reach for it once or twice a week just to get some use out of it. Because even though it's going to be in the project the entire time, I'm pretty sure I would like to at least hit my usage goal for it. Next is from the new list. It's a guilty pleasure product, and I picked my Becca highlighter in Lilac Geode. Here's what it looks like. My goal is to use this 15 times, and so far I've used it 5 times. So if I really push myself, I could use it 10 more times before the next update, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Usually I wear this when I have more of a purple eye look, and I haven't been doing as many of those recently, so I haven't been wearing it as much, but I still love it. It's still one of my favorite highlighters, and I am okay with it staying in the project a little bit longer. And then my last product, which I thought was going to be gone, but it will definitely be gone by next update, was also from the new list. It was a product that reminds you of your favorite TV show or book, and I picked this Smashbox eyeliner in Fishnet because it reminds me of April Ludgate from Parks and Rec, because she always had the black eyeliner. And you can see, whoops, I didn't even mark it on a paper for the intro because I was so sure that I was gonna be done with it, but as you can see, I still have a little bit left, but I mean, come on, that's gonna be gone by next month. I'm already having a hard time sharpening it, but I know there's more in there. So I also didn't track usage on this either. I just wanted to finish it. It wasn't a usage goal, so I don't have that. I don't have markings. I apologize for being such a terrible project planner, but I got a lot going on in my life, and sometimes marking pencils down on a piece of paper is not my highest priority. But anyway, with that being said, now it is time to randomly generate a new number. I have a random number generator up on my computer because I film on my phone. I have 1 through 150, and we got 30. So the way that I have it set up is the new list of 100 comes first, and then the old list of 50 is 101 through 150. So anything above 100 is coming from the old list, anything below is from the new list. So this is 30. A product that can be used in many ways. Examples, example for lip and cheek, bronzer and eyeshadow. I really feel like this could be anything. So I know exactly what I'm going to do. So I will be right back and grab the product. So if you have been following my Pan Those Eyeshadows project, you will definitely recognize this palette because one shade or another has been in since the beginning. But what I started doing for my Pan Those Eyeshadows, why will this not stay open? For my Pan Those Eyeshadows, I'm working on White Peach. I'm having issues. But I was also working on another single shadow for my brows, and I hit pan in it. Once I hit pan in that single, since I was already using this palette and there's this darker brown, it's still pretty warm, but it's cooler than the other browns in it. It's Charmed, I'm sure. I've been using that in my brows, and I'm actually wearing it in my brows today. So I'm picking this shade, Charmed, I'm sure, from the Sweet Peach palette because I can use it as an eyeshadow, but I can also use it as a brow powder. I'm probably going to kick myself for this because this is a Too Faced shadow, and they take a really long time to pan because they're so tightly packed. But I think my goal is going to be to hit pan on this. I think it'll be a little easier because I'm going to use it as a brow powder, so the brush is a little more firm, it's smaller. I can focus in on just one specific area. I know oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I cannot keep this open. Oh, and I gouged it. Oh well. I'll try to show you, I don't know if you'll be able to see any dip. There's like the tiniest little dip since I started doing that, but I think I'm gonna try to hit pan on this. I think I can do it. The single that I was working on and using as a brow powder was an Ulta Beauty single, and it took me a little bit over 2 months to hit pan in that, and that pan was pretty deep, and it wasn't as firmly pressed as this Too Faced shadow, but it was still pretty firmly pressed. So if it took me 2 months to hit pan with that one, and I've already been using this for a couple weeks as a brow powder, I think I might be able to hit pan in it by the end of this project. So that is going to be my goal. Hopefully I'm not kicking myself for that later, but we'll see. But anyway, I hope that I will be rolling out a few more products in my next update. And once again, like I said before, I will link Rebecca and Alexi's channels and the community playlist down below. I hope you check it out. This project is so much fun because there's so much variation in not only the category, but everybody's makeup collection is so different that even though a lot of people pull the same numbers, I don't think anybody actually works on the same products. So it's a really fun way to see people work through things in their collection that they might otherwise have just forgotten about. And I'm having a lot of fun with it so far, and I hope you enjoyed this update, and I will talk to you later. Bye.